All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about a hidden threat to your home's value, something that can hit you with, well, frankly, shocking speed. It's called the comparable death spiral. And believe it or not, it all starts with just one single sale on your street.
I mean, this quote just gets right to the point, doesn't it? It takes something that seems so normal, your neighbor selling their house, and makes it personal. Because that sale, it's not just neighborhood gossip. It could actually be a direct threat to your own finances.
So let's set the scene with something we've all seen 100 times. A totally normal, everyday event in any neighborhood.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? The sign goes up on the lawn, maybe a new family moves in. It all feels completely routine, just part of the rhythm of a community. You might be happy for them, a little curious about what they got for it, but you probably don't give it a second thought.
Okay, but here's the twist. What happens when that normal, everyday event is actually something else entirely? Because a foreclosure sale, well, it plays by a totally different set of rules, and it creates a ripple effect that, trust me, you need to understand.
So let's actually put a name to this problem. You can think of this as a kind of financial diagnosis for your neighborhood. It's a specific condition, it has a specific cause, and just knowing what it is, that's the very first step to protecting yourself.
The key term you have to get your head around is power of sale. See, this isn't a homeowner trying to get the absolute best price for their biggest asset. No, this is a bank, and they're just trying to get a distressed property off their books as fast as humanly possible. Their number one priority is speed, not value, and that, my friends, changes everything.
And this is what that can look like in cold, hard cash. A house that maybe should be worth $1 million gets sold by the bank for $800,000. Now that $200,000 gap isn't just a loss for the old owner. Oh no, it's about to become everyone's problem.
And this is where the industry term comparable, or comp for short, comes into play. Whenever an appraiser comes to value your home, they look at recent, similar sales in your area to figure out what it's worth. And that fire sale next door, well, it just became the new official benchmark for your whole street.
Listen, this is not some theory from a textbook. This comes from an expert, a brokerage owner who has seen this happen again and again. And the damage? It isn't gradual, it's immediate. We're talking equity just evaporating. The second that low sale price gets registered, the on-paper value of all the homes around it can absolutely plummet, almost overnight.
So now let's dig into how this problem actually spreads. And the word contagion is just perfect, because this financial damage truly does move from one house to the next, almost like a virus.
I want you to think of it like this, that one foreclosure isn't just a tiny dip in the market. It's a financial black hole. It creates this powerful gravitational pull on the value of every single home nearby, and it just warps the entire local market.
The whole process is a devastatingly simple chain reaction. It all starts with that one single discounted sale. That sale then poisons the well for everybody else by setting that new low benchmark. All of a sudden, if you go to refinance your house or get a line of credit, the appraiser has to use that comp, and your valuation gets dragged way down. And just like that, equity you've worked years to build up, it can just vanish from the paperwork.
This chart really puts it in stark relief. On the left, you've got your home's value based on the true market, what actual willing buyers are paying for homes like yours. But on the right, after the sale, your home's value is now unfairly changed to an outlier, a sale that wasn't driven by market demand, but by a bank's desperation to just cut its losses.
So you're probably asking, what in the world can I do about this? Well, that's what we're going to talk about now. We've diagnosed the problem, so let's get to the prescription for how to protect your most important financial asset.
Let's be crystal clear about what's at stake here. For most of us, our home is the single largest investment we will ever make. This isn't some niche problem that happens to other people. A death spiral can start on any street, at any time, and usually with zero warning. The only real defense you have is understanding this threat before it shows up on your block. Honestly, this is the single most important thing to take away from all of this. You can't stop your neighbor from going into foreclosure, but you can be armed with knowledge. Understanding how these sales mess with the numbers means you can have intelligent conversations with realtors and appraisers. It means you can challenge a low valuation and make smarter financial decisions instead of just being completely blindsided by it. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What is the real value of your home right now? Is it based on what you hope it is, or is it based on the hard data of what's actually selling on your street? And that includes the distress sales. Knowing the honest answer to that question is the foundation for protecting your investment.